From Kern Government Television, welcome to this week's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting, originating from the County Administrative Center located at 1115 Truxtun Avenue, Bakersfield, California. Kern County's vision is to create and maintain a customer-centered county government designed to garner the confidence, support, and trust of the people we serve. Today's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting will convene momentarily.
Board to reconvene. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Gleason.
Here.
Supervisor Scribner.
Here.
Supervisor Maggard.
Here.
Supervisor Couch.
Here.
Supervisor Perez.
Thank you. Supervisor Perez will not be here this afternoon. She went home ill. Next item is our consent agenda. All items listed with a CA or a C above the item number are considered to be routine and non-controversial by county staff. We can act on those all in one motion. If any of the member of the public would like to remove any of those items for separate consideration or make a comment about them, now is going to be the time to do that. It'll take a member of the board to actually remove that item for separate consideration. Let me tell you what's on the consent agenda. It starts on the afternoon agenda on page 2, where we have item 3, page 3, items 4 and 5, page 4, items 6 through 9, page 5, all the items 10 through 14, page 6, items 15 through 21, page 7, items 23 through 29, all the items, and page 8, items 30 through 35. Is there anyone here that would like to make a comment on any items on the consent agenda or pull any items for separate consideration? See no one, I'll return it to the board for questions, comments, or motion on consent.
Move approval, consent calendar. I'll second.
You have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. 4 ayes, 1 absent. Supervisor Perez.
Thank you. Did I make a mistake there, Madam Clerk? Okay. You wouldn't tell me now anyway? Okay. I'm sorry. I thought I asked you for that. We need a report on actions taken in closed session, Ms. Raison. Did I skip you? Sorry.
Thank you, Chairman, members of the board. As you know, you met in closed session on items 34, 35, 36, and 37. There is no reportable action.
Thank you. Apologize for that. Now, that takes us over to page 2 of the afternoon agenda, public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons to address the board on any matter that is not on the agenda but is under the jurisdiction of the board. Is there anyone here that would like to make a public presentation? Seeing none. Next item is board member announcements and reports. Seeing none of those, I think our only item that is off the consent calendar is item number 22. It is a proposed retroactive memorandum of understanding with the Kern County Detention Officers Association for bargaining units T and V. Mr. Alsop.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Mr. Brown from the CAO's office will handle this item.
Good morning, Chairman, Couch, members of the board. The item is a request to approve a proposed memorandum of understanding between the Kern County and the Kern County Detention Officers Association, which represents bargaining units T and V for the Kern County Sheriff's Office. The Kern County Detention Officers is a recognized union representing employees within the ranks of detentions deputy, senior detentions deputy, and detention sergeant within the Kern County Sheriff's Office. They have been expired in their contract since December 31st, 2017, and our office has been negotiating for a successor MOU since that time with that union. On March 5th, 2019, the parties reached a tentative agreement for a successor MOU that will bridge the gap between December 31st of 2017 and take us through September 30th, 2019. The reason for the duration is we're trying to achieve at least a short-term fix in the working conditions and retention issues that the Sheriff's Office is facing within those classifications covered by this MOU. Many of you have heard that the Sheriff's Office has had a difficult time retaining and recruiting deputy sheriff's deputies, but we have also had the similar difficulty retaining detentions deputies within the Kern County. Over the last few years, we've had up to a 20% turnover rate in those classifications covered by this MOU. And in the last year and a half, we've had 40 employees leave Kern County for other agencies. Kern County is far behind other comparable agencies in salaries when it comes to the covered employees by this MOU. That's our detentions deputy, sergeant, and senior deputy in the Detentions Bureau. And so we've been working to try to fix and alleviate that problem, stop the drain on employees leaving the Kern County Sheriff's Office, and allow us some more time to find a longer-term arrangement between the union and Kern County to improve not only their working conditions, their salaries, but also, again, reduce turnover, improve retention, and allow us to better recruit employees into these classifications. The contract before you, or the proposed agreement that takes us through September 30th, 2019, has one really central piece to it, and that's the implementation of an F-step for all the employees in the bargaining unit. Currently, employees covered by this MOU have 5 step increments in each of their classifications, A through E. And our proposal is, through this MOU, is to add a 6th step, F-step, that would become effective July 1st, 2019. We selected that July 1st, 2019 implementation date purposefully to allow Kern County, including the Sheriff's Office and our County Administrative Office, to work with your board to incorporate this proposal into the fiscal year 2019-2020 budget, which we are currently working on. The purpose of the proposed F-step is, again, to improve retention for the employees covered by this MOU. Employees who are in these bargaining units will not automatically get the F-step on July 1st, 2019, unless they are standard or above standard in their most recent evaluation and have been at E-step for over 12 months. All other covered members will be eligible for the F-step as they move up incrementally in the step increment process through their annual evaluations. In addition to the F-step, which is the only fiscal impact of this MOU, the Kern County Detentions Officers Association has agreed to end our current employee suggestion and service award programs and adopt changes to our catastrophic leave policy, similar to other bargaining units that have reached agreements with Kern County. And finally, the only other change that is in the proposed MOU is updating our anti-discrimination language to be reflective of current state law. The total fiscal impact is approximated at $1.6 million annually, and that would be to the Sheriff's Office budget unit 2210. So we're recommending that your board approve this MOU, authorize the chairman to sign, and direct auditor, controller, county clerk, human resources division, and the sheriff coroner to implement the changes as they become effective. Be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Is there anyone here that would like to make a comment on this item? Seeing none, I'll refer it back to the board for questions, comments, or action.
Motion on staff's recommendation.
You have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. 4 ayes, 1 absent. Supervisor Perez.
Thank you. I think that takes us to the end of the agenda. Need a motion to adjourn till April 2nd, 2019 at 9 a.m.
So moved.
Thank you. Without objection, we're adjourned.